Hello. So for today's video, I will be redesigning Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid characters. And I'm going to say this openly, I fucked up on redesigning Miss Kobayashi, and so there's very little recording time for that. So I'm just going to say it now. I changed nothing, I just made her hoodie more interesting, and I gave her an undercut. Because I won't really have enough time to say it, so. Also, I have a new laptop thingy, and I wanted to try recording in a different way because of, well, the way my drawing tablet is, I wouldn't really be able to record off of like how you're seeing it now, and I wanted to try that because I think it's slightly more interesting for you guys, and if you guys like it, I can record more videos like this, even though it was kind of a pain. And I also want to say I redid Toru's design like 3 times, so a lot of this video is just me drawing Toru because I could not get it to look right to me. Also, another thing, I said this in my video where I was redesigning character designs you guys didn't like, or I put in the title bad character designs. I said that yes, the designs are weird, and yes, like some things are like overly weird, and I don't like it either, like Lukawa and Shoto? I don't remember his name. The purple boy. Very weird. I don't like it, but I don't want to hear anybody saying anything like overly violent, like, oh, the animation studio should be burned down again. No. Also, I'm doing this series more out of love than spite, so you're going to hear me, well, talk kind of about the characters, and because despite its weirdness, this was the first anime I really ever watched, and it's what really got me into anime because I was in 7th grade, I think. 7th grade, Miwa thought it was a really funny show. I didn't really understand the weirdness yet, and even though now I do, I will fully admit I see it with nostalgia glasses because it was the first anime I watched. Okay, now that I have that out of the way, also, if you like my art, you should subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, and if you are subscribed, you should share it. Okay, now that I'm done with my intro, let's talk about the drawing. So for this drawing, for my first iteration of the 3 Torus I wanted Toru to still have the same silhouette, but more of an incorrect maid outfit energy. So I was looking at cute maid outfits on Pinterest, and a lot of them were like the low cut, like, I don't know how else to describe it. I'll pull up a picture if I remember. And I was scared to show Toru's collarbones because I feel like it'd be too lewd. I get over this in the final design because I realized that I think it would work better, and me trying to work around this is just not working out. And so, yeah. And the second thing is I wanted to do one of those dresses where it's short in the front and longer in the back because I thought showing more skin. Toru was Dragon who fought for the Chaos faction, which is basically, if you don't know about the show, there's I forget the other faction, but there's the good faction and the bad faction, and the bad faction is the Chaos faction. They want chaos, they want to kill the big god, and they want chaos. And Toru is the daughter of the head of the Chaos faction, and so she fights for the Chaos faction, and she has fought a lot. So I would assume she has a lot of scars on her from a ton of battles and fights and being trying to be slayed by adventurers. So I tried to give her more scars to like allude more to that past. And I ended up going back on this mostly because I feel like it cluttered the design too much and it made her look too out of place, even though she's supposed to look out of place, if you know what I mean. And also, with this drawing that's on the screen right now, I decided to get rid of the shorter in the front, longer in the back dress. I don't like those dresses really, so I don't know why I thought about doing that. So I just made the dress shorter because I thought, 1, with the scar thing, and then 2, most incorrect maid outfits are short, like really short, so I changed it to be more like that. But other than that, I kept her colors pretty much the same because I like Toru's colors a lot, and yeah. The third attempt after the long short dress, the short dress, and then this attempt, which is the third and final attempt, I kept the short dress, I kept the antlers or the horns, because I like the idea of them looking like deer antlers, but them to look more like little explosions, where it's like goes from red to orange to yellow at the ends. I thought it looked really cool because she is a chaos dragon, and chaos and explosions. And same thing with the gradient on the tail, that's the same reasoning, is I wanted to be more like an explosion, because her dragon form is kind of basic compared to the other dragons. Same with Kana's, but I don't know how to fix Kana's dragon form really. And so I did that. I also decided that I was no longer scared of showing her collarbone, and I gave her the scar from the sword from the beginning of the anime. I made the scar on, like, it completely pierced through her instead of just piercing through her a little bit, and so you can see it on the front. So she still has that. So like it's like a reference to her past, and it's just there. I also made her skirt because I realized that you could do some really weird shots with skirt, and so I made the skirt one of those skirts that's all like petticoats and fluff under it, so you can't even really see under it to see anything. Same thing with Kana's outfit. It's that type of fluffy skirt, so you wouldn't, but it's less poofy, but we'll get to that. And so I kept her general design. I thought maybe it'd be really funny, since she got this human outfit from a maid cafe, maybe she passed like a Sailor Moon poster or billboard or advertisement, and she was like, oh, that hairstyle's cute, and so she took like that, or like she took that hairstyle from something she saw on the way to Miss Kobayashi, because I also thought with her hair being more up-ish, like buns, is more maid-like than just pigtails. And I thought it would be like, I just thought it was different because I did want to change her hair slightly, even though I love her hair the way it is. I also kept, like I said before, I kept her colors other than the antlers and the tail, because I feel like her dragon form is a little boring. And so I thought maybe adding like explosion-y gradients to it would make it more cool looking. But yeah, I kept her colors. I decided with the incorrect maid outfit, I gave her a apron that's heart-shaped, because that's like a cutesy thing that would be an incorrect maid. Along with, I gave her thigh-high socks, because every maid outfit I saw on Pinterest had thigh-high socks, at least the short ones did. So I gave her that to, again, give that incorrect maid energy. I also gave her more boot-like shoes. In the anime, you don't really see her shoes, but they're like these low boot shoe things, and they're okay, but I thought for somebody who, because Toru has immense physical ability, obviously she's a dragon, I thought she would be more active and stuff, and I thought that boots were the perfect remedy for that, and I really like them. And now it's time to talk about Kana. For Kana, I wanted her to look more like an adventurer, because okay, so Kana's backstory is her parents are also very powerful dragons from the Chaos faction, but they believe in dumping your child and letting them raise themselves, so Kana's never really had a great family. And so I thought with that, maybe that's why she's such a prankster. The reason she even got into the human world is because she did such a big prank that she ended up getting grounded, and she got kicked out of her own dimension of the magic dimension into the human one, because she pulled such a bad prank, because she wants attention from her parents, because her parents don't give her that attention, because they just believe in dumping you, they just believed in dumping her and letting her raise herself to be the most powerful dragon. And she's only supposed to be like 8 years old, which is really sad. And I wanted her, so I decided that maybe along with the prank, maybe she made friends out of human adventures and maybe lied about being a dragon, or even if she didn't lie about being a dragon, they knew but they didn't care because she was a good dragon, or maybe she lied about what faction she came from. Either way, I believe that she would have been maybe more of an adventurer and traveled around, and then maybe her and then the wrong adventuring group decided to pull this prank, and she got kicked out of the dimension, the magic dimension, or the magic world. And so I tried to give her more of an outfit where it seemed like she'd be like more mobile in a sense. So I made her outfit a little bit more simple for that reason, and I tried to still add the patterning on there because I think it's an important part. I also decided that I wanted to keep her general silhouette, so I did keep the skirt, but I did try to, I said this earlier in the video, because this is an 8-year-old and weird shots can be made, even if it's not from the anime, it's from the weird fan art, because there's some scary fan art of Kana that makes me want to cry because Kana is like my second favorite character, and to see nasty stuff made about her makes me want to cry. I decided that her skirt is like one of those skirts that's all fluffy underneath. It's just not like fluffy on the outside, so you can't see anything, and if you try to, you're nasty. And yeah, that's Kana. I also tried to put more blue into her design because I thought that adding more blue would be better, because her design, she only has those big blue eyes, and I feel like it helps bring her eyes out, but also at the same time, it's like there's nowhere else there is blue, which I think is a little weird color-wise. So I gave her more of like a blue horns, and I made her cape blue, and I made her socks blue to also spread around that blue. I also made her horns a purple to blue gradient to give more of that purple and blue and white vibe, and pink. So I think that works way better. I think she looks more balanced with her eyes and everything else. Another thing that I should say about all the dragons is I gave them animal eyes, like where like instead of having any white in their eyes, you can't really see the whites in their eyes, you only see the color part of their eyes, because I thought because they're dragons, I feel like that would make more sense. And maybe if they're gonna try to completely disguise themselves as a human, that would change, but I feel like if they're only partially disguising themselves as a human, as in these drawings, their eyes would also change back into being dragon eyes. So yeah. Next is Miss Kobayashi. I don't think I said this in the first part of the video, but I fucked up when I was recording and I forgot to record the sketch. So for Miss Kobayashi, I just made her way more androgynous, and I gave them a little bit of an undercut and a baggier hoodie with a little bit more design on it. So I made the sleeves darker and the inside of it lighter, but other than that, Kobayashi's design is pretty much the same, other than I changed the hair and I changed the hoodie to be a little bit more baggy and a little bit more like with two tones in it. But yeah, that is my redesigning of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid characters. I had so much fun doing this, and I want to say thank you guys so much for watching if you did, and if you liked this video, you should subscribe, and if you subscribed, you should share. I know I said it twice, but I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and it would be really cool. So I'm going to keep doing this until I get there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun making this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!